Greetings, everyone. Well, it's Catfish Tyler, and you know what? I've kind of thrown in the towel on trying to do these live streams and decided I'm just going to try to go ahead and post a nice quick video here to show you what's going on with this SOFI stock today and why it seems as though what I called has come to fruition. And that is a nice little run off of that 32% drop last that we experienced for over 14 days, and it's looking good. So let's get in here, pull this display capture up here tight right up underneath me, and then we're going to get in here on this and show you what's important that I think you'll enjoy. And right now, you should be enjoying a nice gain that we're up today. And as you can see, we're approaching the lunchtime hour. So this is one of the reasons I wanted to come on here, because generally speaking, we usually see a pullback during lunch and a good buying opportunity. So I'm bringing it to your attention, and just want to make sure that you're aware of that. And we're going to go ahead and put up some other things here that are of some significance today. And we're going to go over here and take a look at a lot of different things, including the SOFI historical chart. So I want you to also notice that I'm going to be pulling up the interactive chart. I like to run all three of these together, and that's what I enjoy doing. Saying prayers right now for the people down in the Gulf of Mexico. They've got some major weather down there that's starting to develop in the Gulf, and we hope they don't come in towards the Fort Myers there, for goodness gracious sakes. No, please, Lord. And so we pray for that not to occur. Just want to thank you for being here and checking out my channel. I appreciate it very much. I know there's other places you can go for sources on SOFI, but it sure does look like right now that what I had predicted was going to come true has come true. We're looking at the historical data. By the way, Bitcoin is doing well. Any Bitcoin companies are doing well today. Bitcoin on a rise up about 5% today. And so related stocks. Now, I've been having trouble with my service for quite some time here and trying to keep things up and running here after this major storm we've had recently in Michigan. And so right now even I'm trying to toggle, update this right here to the current price, and it's taking forever because we've got a real slow, sluggish in and out. Sometimes the signal's very strong and it says excellent signal strength and then poor and then excellent, then poor. And I think it's just because there's so much going on in the service field right now out there. Electrical, we had over 500,000 people without power here. And so now, as I said, I'm just trying to do this recording, make sure that it looks like we are up and running and good. And we got good audio, and it looks like the stream is good. And let's make sure that I stay up here above the headlines. Oh, there we go. Now I'm back. Yay, there we go. And yeah, we'll figure this out. Sooner or later, we'll get it all figured out. Now, let me put my picture down here a little bit smaller, and let's see if we can get this recording done properly with the display capture right up underneath there. Boom. Now we should have it right. And let's run off on this. I apologize for that bit of a delay. But as you can see, we've made a very nice climb today. And this is kind of, I guess you might say, it was predicted. I sort of felt it yesterday. I told everyone that when we were looking at this interactive chart on the 5-day chart, and let's just see if we can get this thing to load up here where we can see it. And we're, like I said, like right now, we're caught in a gap where we've got some good. So let's go to the 5-day, because this is the most important one for me. I wanted you to see, and that was this awesome move off the 200-day moving average this morning. Look at that thing just gap up off of that. It broke yesterday afternoon too at 2 o'clock. So folks, we now have two nice surges, and folks, this is what we want to see. Look at the 45 and 50-day moving average just jumping off of that 200-day, even on this little bit of effort to try to run this down. And by the way, folks, we're looking at a large amount of money that's being used at this point in time today compared to yesterday. What I say that for is if you go to yesterday's historical data, it'll become very clear to you to see. Yesterday, the volume only achieved 17 million shares, folks. We haven't seen volume like that since back in, it would have to be late April, I'm guessing. Let's go down here and see if I'm right. 17,000 shares. Let's see. There it is right there. April 18th. There it is, and April 21st. There we go, 16,000, folks. So That's very, very low volume to see that price not suffer much yesterday. It made me feel like, why with this low volume aren't they taking this down anymore? Well, they couldn't. They could have if they would have been able to, but they couldn't, so they didn't. How do you like that? So there you go. I'm just showing you these things, and I've shown many of you folks the history of this stock and what it's been doing lately. And here's the main thing that you should be paying attention to on the stock is the fact that it's been making about 25 to 30% moves up, down, up, down, up, down, and it's been doing it quickly. Some of these moves have been in 4 days at a time, or in 7 days, 14 days, and big moves. And I've shown people going back here to this page, which would be, I'm now on a chart page. I like to leave that one over here. We want to get to the main page. We'll keep that one open. We've got two. This is the one. We're going to summary page on this one. But boy, howdy, that's some good consolidation even here, just under 850. I love it. Folks, we're looking very, very strong and for a very, very good move. And I want to show you here, I went back to this date right here, folks, which was November the 1st. And I actually went back one day before October 31st. Price was 544. Price was 544. And folks, from there, the thing just shot up. And it shot up from 544 on that earnings day on November the 1st. On that November 1st earnings day, the price shot up 15.9%. But folks, in 8 days after it hit 15.9% gain, it dropped 23% to 494 from that 647 high on the day of earnings. Right? So I'm going through the history of this and showing everybody so that you realize that on that date that they beat the street, the price went up 15.9, but within only 8 days was down 23%. And then 6 days after that, it had gone from 494 back to 613. So it was up 19%. All right. These are major swings. And then from that date, 3 weeks later, from 11/15 to 12/7, December 7th, it was down $1.89, down 30%, folks. Then from there, it went from 12/7 all the way up slowly for a month and a half to February 2nd, 2023. Price hit 824. That was a 48% gain, folks, okay, from that previous low. I bring this all to your attention, a $4 pop that happened from December 7th to February the 2nd, so a month and 3 weeks. Then from there, from February 2nd at 824, they pulled it down to just it was pulled down to $5.66, a 31% drop, folks. And that only took from February 2nd to April the 26th. So you're talking a month and a half. Goodness gracious. And then from that low of 566, we got earnings call on the 1st. This one right here, when they beat the street big, price came out, it was 654 for the high. And my God, in only 3 days, by the May the 4th, they had it from 654 down to $4.59, a 30% drop. So folks, this is what I'm pointing out. These drops are average 30%, and the pops are too, and sometimes even higher, 48% pop. And then look at this. Off the 654, they made it go down to 459, a 30% drop, 29.88. And it's just amazing. And then from 459 back up to 560, an 18% gain. Took 6 days to do that. And then in 5 days, from 560 back down to 445. That's Chiaverini Day, folks. A 20% gain there. And then from that number, 1023, the price for 445 low, it went up $5.78, a 56% gain, folks. And from 1023, from 614 to 623, so it took them 9 days to take it from 1023 down to 771, a 24% gain if you're shorting that. And then from the 771 in 4 days, in a month, actually it was in 3 weeks, from 623 to 719, it went from 771 up to 1013, a 23% gain. Are you starting to get the picture here, folks? Right? And then from the 19th on July to the 27th, which we're talking a mere 8 days, 1013 down to an 894, an 11% drop. And from 894, folks, we know where it went from the 27th of July to the end of July when they had the earnings call date. Went from 894 up to 1170, a 24% gain almost, 23.59. And from 1170, what did they drop at? 32.5%. So now it's on the drop, and now it's on the pop. It was on the drop, now it's on the pop. And it's going to go up from that 789, my guess is about 32%. So just hang on here, folks, because we're in the driver's seat here. You can see these numbers that I've traced for you back through history, and you can go and compare them to the dates that I just told you, folks, and you'll see I'm spot on here. I'm not missing it. So I want you to be aware that this looks like it has the potential to have in it here, from my belief, a 30% gain. I'm not going to go any further into it than that, but I want you also to know one thing about institutional holders. So we're going to go to our bookmarks, and we're going to show you something about institutional holders, and that is that they have now increased again. And there's 2 more institutions that have come in taking up long positions on this stock. All right, because I'm keeping track of all the institutions that are here and who's in what order. And folks, so I know that now we see 699 total. They've added even more. They're adding today, folks. I checked this earlier on my live broadcast. They were at 698. Now at 699. 645 long. Another long position just taken up. 829. And I'm going to put down here, this is interesting, because this was at about 10 a.m. I found out they were at 698. And now they're at 699. Cha-ching. Follow the money, people. Follow the money. The volume level's got a 364, 221 now. 364, 221, 229. What do you know? And now 645. I'm keeping track of this, folks. It's important. 825, we had 640. 828, 642. 829, 644. And then again on 829, 645. Another one coming in. And they're coming in now, folks, while the price is rising. Surprise, surprise. Okay, only 22 short still, so there's no short adage, and 32 long and short remains the same. But how do you like that, folks, to find that out? That's kind of interesting as well. Hope that you'll understand what that means. And also, my friend Hurricane Lopez has brought it to my attention. I watched his video yesterday here on YouTube, and folks, guess what? He pointed out something very critical, that we had that super support at $8.13. But he also pointed out that there's some other things that are very good for on our behalf moving forward from here. And so he thinks that we're at the bottom. Basically we're ready to make another nice move up as well. And he points out some very valid points. And so go take a look. And on that low volume that I'm mentioning that we saw yesterday, only 17 million, to see that thing be that resilient and be only miss the high by 1 penny right there yesterday, and on that low volume to go up on the low 11 cents was awesome. Okay, that's a very good sign of strength, and I agree with him 100%. So I think we're going to see continued gains this afternoon, probably end up around 866 for the high. I wouldn't be surprised that. And or 855. I think those are the numbers we're headed for next. But on our way to the $12 and $13 range we're going to be at here, because a 30% gain from here, folks, is a nice little pop. Trust me. And we're all going to be here for that ride. So that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to post that information for you here today that I think is valuable, and I'm going to cut this video off. But I do want to thank you for being here and checking it out. Make sure you like it, and so it gets shared with other folks. I'd appreciate that. And look at our volume already at 13 million. And folks, we are definitely going to go way past the volume that we saw yesterday. And that's a good signal for us. Look at the all indexes, the S&P up, the Dow up, NASDAQ up, Russell up. Who called this last week on Thursday when I said it sure looked like manipulation on Thursday, and we'd probably see an incredible gain on Friday, and then maybe record gains for the next week? I did. I told you that I thought that was going to happen. It looked very suspicious to me. And now I've shown people this NASDAQ chart, which is very valuable information, I think, because this will be pretty much the last thing I close out on. I want to go to the NASDAQ one-year chart quickly and show you what's been going on with this stock and what the last drop was and the amount and how significant it is to where we are now. And if you get in here on this one-year chart, it becomes very visible that you can see that the last drop, and folks, it almost looks identical here. Look at the amounts of these drops. From right here, which was on January the 30th, the amount was at 12,006, dropped down to 11,138. So that's about 900, folks, 870 or something like that. Look here. This is the recent one from 14,316. How much did it drop? Look at the amount, 13,290, folks. It's virtually the same amount of drop, and now look at the gain coming off. It looks virtually identical. My point is, too, from here when we hit that 11,138, we went up to 12,2, 900 points almost, and then we flattened out before the next run. So after we hit that, that was March 27th. It took till mid-May before it started on its next run. So we could see here after this makes this 13,290 to 14,2 or around that range, then we might see it plateau off a little if it's going to escalate on up. That's just my call, okay, folks? So that's it. I'm just making sure you understand the relevance of what these pictures look like. They look very, very similar to one another, and I think this could mean that from off this low over this period of time, from right here in March of 2023 to here was a 20% gain. We could see a repeat of that. Not saying it's going to happen, and I'm not a financial advisor, so don't say that I am. I don't want you to get any ideas that I am. I'm just making sure that you understand I look at charts, and I predict the future basically by what the past shows. And it looks very promising based upon that chart that I just showed you for the NASDAQ to make a nice increase from here. And so especially when we get some different leadership going on. And so, folks, I stay promised that I'm going to keep this short and these videos short that I do. So I'm going to cut this one off now. And I hope everything I've said to you makes enough sense for you to like this, share it with your friends, tell others about this SOFI stock, because I think it's in for about a 30% pop, maybe 25 still left in it from where we are now. From that 789 low, I told you we were going to see gradual day by day, newer highs or newer lows every day for perhaps 18 out of 21 days, and we're seeing it start to form right now. So congratulations, everybody, up 3% today, and I hope you'll continue to come on to my live streams, even though I'm having so much trouble with this weather and all the repairs being done right now. But we're going to get all those repairs done around here in Michigan. The lines will be all up, we'll be flowing, and we won't have all the interruptions, and I appreciate your patience while this is going on. So that's it. I'm going to be calling it a day. I thank you for being here. I really do appreciate it very, very much. And that's it for this recording. We're going to cut this one down, and we're going to say thank you again for being here. And I am very, very grateful for your attendance. And as always, I wish you great happiness. I wish you all the success in your trades and your prosperity, the best of health, and most of all, that you're surrounded with love, because you deserve to be. And that's it. I'm done for the day. And thank you for being here. And now it's time to say farewell, everybody. SOFI for a new higher high. Yes, indeed. And we just explained why. So we're going to get on our way and get on out of here. Thank you for being here, everybody. We do appreciate it. It's Catfish and Catfish Tyler saying farewell, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.